Hello and welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending upon where you are joining from. Welcome to this webinar, Look Before You SAP, and that's again one of the focus area which we are going to talk about is going to be moving from SuccessFactors to the Oracle Cloud HCM, and we are going to share certain aspects which will help you to understand what is the goodness which you can get from the Oracle Cloud HCM part. Today with you, it's Vikas Surani. I am passionate about digital transformation and working closely with the transformation program for EOSS in this subject area. As far as today's agenda is concerned, we'll do a quick start with regards to the preface, who we are, so that you understand where are we coming from. And if at all we want to move forward with regards to the subject, we can for sure discuss further. Then we'll jump in with regards to the goodness of Oracle, and we'll share some of the aspects which will help you to gauge what are we talking about. Not only that, we would also like to share some success stories which we have done in past, so that you get an idea how the journey would look like in this regards. We'll have some call to action, and then we'll close this particular call. At any point of time, in case of any questions, you may want to share it across in a chat box. We can take up questions over there. And at any point of time, if you feel that you would like to have an interaction with us, you may raise your hand and we can unmute you. Depending upon the time which we have at the end, we will open the mics for you for the Q&A. To jump on, we as a EOSS are a 14-year-old company, and we have been doing the things around Oracle. As we speak, we have more than 1,000 Oracle Cloud customers, around 1,400 experts who are certified in Oracle ecosystem, having a multi-country operations around 30 countries. We have been known for the multi-pillar transformation. So you can see the expertise across the Oracle Cloud solutions, which ranges from ERP, supply chain, human capital management, EPM, CX, and areas. We have also developed in these years the vertical solutions with regards to the Oracle Cloud. So that is something which always helps the customer to get the personal flavor and the personalization with regards to the segment which they're working on. Adopt and Glide are our two programs which have been specifically created and been proven in nature with regards to the transformation program. We have won various awards with regards to the Oracle as well as outside Oracle. You may want to visit our website to know more. With this background, I now want to jump in with regards to the Oracle in action and wanted to share the goodness about the product, the area which are received positively by our customers, followed by some of the compelling messaging where third-party research company are referring that how the direction of SAP as well as Oracle is going in which direction. So these are the three areas which we'll be focusing upon in this segment. So let's experience Oracle HCM Cloud and see what kind of goodness it has.
Based on your career interests and past performance, a Senior Director of Marketing role has opened up. Would you like to learn more about the role?
Isn't it exciting to have work and human work along with the systems to make sure that we get the best value from our investments? Before we jump into the section with regards to the goodness of Oracle, we wanted to run a quick poll just to understand that what is the current system which you are using. So in front of you, you would be having a poll questions. Appreciate if you can respond to that particular questions so that we understand about your current state and what is that you are currently using. If it's an enterprise central component, which is an ERP, if you're using SAP ERP HCM, ECC HCM, you may want to select option number 1. If it's a combination of ECC plus SuccessFactor, you may want to select option number 2. If you already transformed or moved to S/4HANA and you're using SuccessFactor along with that, you may select option number 3. And if you're not using the systems, you may want to go for option number 4. That's what others is been kept for. In market, we have seen the combination of this, and many of the customers are sitting with the ECC plus SuccessFactor. Yeah. And it's good to see that we have some of the customers who are using ECC HCM, and definitely I guess there are certain aspects which we would like to share with you to take into the consideration for your transformation program. Thank you for your votes. We'll close the poll, and we are sharing results back to you. So I guess we can see combination of all the 4, and it's good to get the audience like this. There are certain aspects, I guess, which will touch base with regards to 4 area and how do you see the higher business value with regards to the Oracle Cloud, or at least the consideration point which you would like to take away from this particular webinar. I'll hide the poll and move on to the next part. So first and foremost, the important aspect, many a times the user experience is something which is neglected by many of the vendors, and there is a need and there is a demand by the employee where we can provide the same user experience which we are providing to our customer. So Oracle has invested a lot in this, and the one which you're seeing in front of you and the previous video, there is a lot of investment which is going with regards to the design thinking and how the simple and unified intuitive interface it could be. So device independent is one of the key criteria which has been taken into the consideration. You can see different devices are been using the system and getting the unified viewpoint with regards to the experience. If you take the second aspect, you want to personalize as per your brand, as per your company, and the studio design component is something which has been available in Oracle, which will not only help you to use the SaaS application, but also you can have your own forms built up within the SaaS application, and you can make use of as per your need. And this is a need which we are getting from many of the customers, so various announcements been taking place in this area. While we speak on the other side, many of the competitors or many of the products are not having this kind of functionality. You have to depend upon your technical team to do that particular activities, and it has a limited customization dashboard capability. And this is the area where we have seen positive responses from the customers who are using Oracle Cloud. The third aspect is about intelligent applications. And I'm sure that with the world where we are living with Siri and Alexa and Cortana and other intelligent, let's say, digital assistants, the same has been applied with the enterprise application. You can see on this particular screen, instead of doing by a user a transaction within the application, they can just open a chatbot or a digital voice assistant, and they can start interacting with them. So regardless of if you're not knowing the area or the direction where you have to go to get this information, you can directly jump on to the digital voice assistant, and it's your assistance. You can ask assistant to do what you want to do within the system, and it will definitely help you to get that. The important criteria to consider over here is it's not a future promise. What you see currently, it's available right away. I mean, right now, if you're using Oracle Cloud, this is something what you get within the application itself. You don't have to depend on a third party, neither onto a different cloud to get this integrated and do the interface with the Oracle Cloud. So that is one goodness which we are seeing positive in Oracle Cloud, while many of the competitors are still having a future promises with, let's say, different product which are trying to get integrated with the applications. Moving forward, one of the area which is more focused upon is how can we make transactions and report work together. And it's definitely one of the important criteria. Previously, people had to depend on two different systems, one for the transactions and separately for the reports, which was, let's say, in business intelligence platform. What Oracle has done is it has combined the power of transactions as well as the reporting, and you can see in front of you, these are the analytics which you get within the standard application of Oracle Cloud HCM. Not only that, you can personalize this as per your need, and all these dashboards which you're seeing are drillable in nature. So in case you want to check the retention side, that how is that looking for your organization, and over here if you see that there are areas which is requiring higher attention, which will be having a color of red, and you may want to click that particular thing and you can drill down to the actual content, so you don't have to leave this particular window. Right away with this window you can go up to the level which you want, and it definitely helps to do a better collaboration along with your colleagues also, or with your managers, where you can use the Oracle social network which is embedded within the application. HR help desk is something not available in many of the competitors, I would say, portfolio. You can use this one, and with this COVID situation, along with help desk, I would say, or help desk which you are working over here, this is something could be leveraged in multiple ways. You can resolve the cases right away. You can provide the unified exceptional services rather than depending upon multiple third-party system for the help desk. As we speak, whatever the solutions which are speaking, ranging from the recruitment, people management within the core HCM, talent management, Oracle time and labor, all these solutions along with the payroll are coming in a single cloud. So it's not a multi-cloud thing, it's a unified data model, unified single cloud, where not only you get the SaaS application or the program which you're running, but you also get the feature like social, which I was referring to. You can start collaborating with your colleagues, with your manager within the application, and start interaction with specific transactions. Analytics are not separate, that are embedded within the application, so you don't have to depend on, let's say, the technical team to do that particular thing, neither on a third-party vendor. And one of the key aspects which has been always asked is on the go thing. So how can we consume on the go, and how we can make it device independent? So this is something which is part and parcel of the product. People are getting higher business value, and these are some of the comments which we are receiving across the globe. It helps them to do the reduced manual activity and spend more time with regards to the decision making and doing the analysis. If you see a quick glimpse about the SAP HR solution, and I guess in today's webinar we have customers who are using ECC HCM, who are using SuccessFactors along with the ECC and SuccessFactors along with S4HANA. So you would be in a position to relate this more than anyone else. Recently, SAP CEO, and this is a comment which we have seen and we wanted to share with you, that while there are a lot of acquisitions which have been done within the SAP world, but the integration is something which is still work in progress, or it's still in a kitchen getting cooked, but it's still not cooked for the customers to consume it. And this is one of the key area which we feel is to be taken into the consideration while we have our business case ready. If we take the positioning of it, or let's say the future roadmap, how maybe this SAP HCM would be coming in. So there are three legs of it. For sure, ECC HCM, which has been traditionally worked upon and being used by many of the customers. So that is one angle to look at. Second is the SuccessFactors, which is again a cloud solution. So cloud is the part which they're referring to. In considering the future, still it is not so finalized what is going to go and where the investment is going to go higher. So there is a discussion with regards to whether the investment should be higher on SuccessFactors. So that becomes an independent HCM component from the SAP, or whether we have an S4HANA sidecar. This is something which is in making, I guess in 2022 or 23. That is what the source was referring to, would be coming up. Taking that into consideration, and the portfolio or the solutions which would be requiring for your organization, which would be ranging from the recruitment, onboarding, learning, and other thing. You see, there are various products which were acquired and are being taken as a solution. Few of the solutions are available, few of the solutions are being acquired and been fitted along with that solution. Still, we see there are various solutions which are not currently available, or that could have been available, but that are limited functionality which could not be fulfill the organization need. So this is the area of consideration where many of the customers are taking when they are creating the business case for a change or for a transformation. Adding to that, this is one quick snapshot which we wanted to share with you. Again, this is for the information purpose and to share our thoughts with you. When you talk about the HCM solution, it does not only require the core thing, which you can see green onto the core HR talent and learning, but other aspects which are surrounding to that, which gives the employee experience, better, let's say, output from the overall investment which you're making. We see this is somewhere incomplete and not available or not up to the mark where the customers would be liking it. Wherever, if you see in Oracle HCM Cloud, that is somewhere we have seen the positivity. If we take certain reference cases, so we were referring to two of the research company Viewpoints. The first one was Forrester Wave, which has been recently launched in Q2 in 2020. If you take the study of theirs, for sure, Oracle Cloud HCM is in leader, and SAP SuccessFactors is also in the leadership quadrant. So there is no saying that SuccessFactors is not good, and I guess that's why you guys have also made some of the decisions with regards to going with SuccessFactors. But if you observe closely the scorecard which has been published by Forrester Wave, which says that as far as current offering is concerned in Oracle Cloud HCM, which is almost ranging to 4.59. And the same way, it is lower in SuccessFactors, where minus points are there from the functional capacities or capabilities, which I was referring to my earlier slide. And platform characteristic, it is still a work in progress, I would say. From the strategy point of view, if we stick with this one, the overall marking is 3.9, and with the SuccessFactors, you can see 3.33 over here. So these are the areas where go-to-market and the future roadmap is been validated by the third-party research company, and that is the report which they are referring to. We believe these are the important criteria which you should take into the consideration wherever you are preparing your, let's say, business blueprint. In addition to that, we were having a latest report coming from the Gartner, which provides a magic quadrant. For sure, SuccessFactors along with Oracle is sitting on a leader quadrant over here. But there were cautions which were suggested, which we thought we wanted to share with you if it could help for your consideration. One was the module capability, which again comes back also into the Forrester report and our analysis, where this is something which is still cooking, and it will take time to reach to the optimal level. Vertical depth, that is another area which I've been cautioned upon, and that is, I guess, something which is getting worked upon. Reporting and the complexity associated with, which again comes to the same point which you're referring to, that while the products are being acquired, the integration is something which is complex in nature, and this complex integrations as well as implementation would also cost you additional amount or additional efforts to be spent upon. This is where we see the overall total cost of ownership goes a bit higher, not only at the start, but once you start using it, you have to maintain that particular stakes to make sure that the things are working in place. Again, these are the viewpoints which we are sharing with you. It's for your information, and we are more than happy to have one-on-one conversation to understand more about you and tailor-made your plan, that what could be the area where you can be enhancing upon. So that was with regards to Oracle in action and certain areas or aspects which we thought would be good for you to take into your consideration. Now let's jump on what are the success stories which we have, and these are the success stories where one of the customer we have moved from SAP ECC along with talent management SuccessFactors to Oracle Cloud, and the other customer was using ERP plus SAP talent management SuccessFactor solution. So these are the two success stories which we want to share with you. So let's go into that particular thing, and before we jump on to that particular section, we just wanted to understand whether you are currently in SAP ECC or SuccessFactor or any other solution. Is there a thought, or are you thinking currently to move to some other solution, or are you thinking for a change? And we wanted to understand that from you. So I will put forward a poll questions for you. I think let's put this one. It could be you may want to remain with SuccessFactor, and this could be an area where if you have recently made the investment upon, you may think of continuing for some time or for certain let's say time. It could be that you are looking for an option appraisal, and Oracle HCM is something which is currently into your shortlist or into your option appraisal area. If you are thinking of, let's say, it's not Oracle, neither it is, let's say, going and upgrading to SAP, and you want to move to other solution altogether in HCM, you may select option number 3. And in case if you're still not sure, and this is why I guess we are doing this educational webinar to make you aware the things with regards to the HCM, you may select the 4th option, which is you're not really sure at this point of time. I will close the poll. Thank you, and share back the results. So we can see 50% of the audience wants to move to Oracle Cloud HCM, and that's good to hear. There are some goodness of Oracle Cloud HCM which would definitely help you in this journey. And there are still people who are not really sure, and we definitely understand this area, because this is, if something has been already invested upon, and if something is already in working, then should we really change, or should we change it right now? And that's fine. I guess we can for sure help you to provide our advisory services to you and make you understand if we can have a journey along with you for the Oracle Cloud HCM. Now, taking the use case, what we have referred. So the first one, we have to take the case of Vodafone Qatar. In Vodafone Qatar, the customer was sitting in SAP ECC along with the SuccessFactor talent management. We will play 2 videos. One is about the intro of Vodafone, followed by the customer testimonial, that how was your experience moving to Oracle Cloud, and what are the value proposition which they got it. It's a 3 minutes video. I hope you like it, and I guess you will be able to understand what are the key aspects, what they considered at the time of transformation, which could be also applicable to you. So let's understand the transformation journey and see how the things went. And we have categorized into three: creating a business case, then doing the actual transformation or moving to Oracle Cloud, and then where are they currently with regards to their continuous innovation journey.
Round. I'm a transformation program manager working for Vodafone Qatar. Very clear in Vodafone Qatar that we were approaching this as a business transformation, not a technology transformation. I think that was absolutely critical to the success that we've had, because it creates a certain mindset and approach that technology is an enabler to the change rather than technology is the driver to change. Thinking about and considering the user adoption, user acceptance, but also improving the day-to-day experience for our employees, which is absolutely critical. The other key factor for us was our ability to deliver this in a very, very quick time frame. So with the support of Oracle and Evosis, who were our systems integration partner, we were able to deliver the complete migration from a SAP on-premise environment to an Oracle Cloud SaaS solution in 5 months.
I hope you guys were able to relate one of the key aspects which you also learned, that their expectation was not a technology transformation, it was more of a business transformation, and then they wanted a technology to be enabler to make that change happen. So this is one of the key aspects as a takeaway which we see from this particular case. So one of the compelling reason why they had to make this let's say case for a change was it was getting separated from the group company. So Vodafone Qatar was getting as a separate company, and either they had to make a decision to stay into the SAP system, which has been run by Oracle, Vodafone Group, or they choose a system which is, let's say, cost effective, but also it has a better value proposition as far as their current investments were concerned. As I said, they were sitting on SAP ECC. I guess it's on enhancement package 7, and the SuccessFactors for the talent management part. The success or with regards to the transformation program, what they carried out, your CEO's viewpoint was to align with regards to the growth, what they were going forward. And they wanted to make sure that the localization flavor which are required by the business are available into the chosen let's say cloud system, and or let's say the target system. So this was one of the key area which CEO had amplified during this particular, let's say, option appraisal part. If we talk about the business pain point, this is something was not so going well with the customer, and this was with regards to the complex and non-responsive user interface. Again, it was a combination of ECC, HCM along with SuccessFactors. So there could be area where it has been moving from on-premises to the cloud and having a different user interface altogether. 360-degree feedback is something which was not working well, and we see this getting a pattern or a challenge or pain point from many of the other competitors or other vendors, where it is not a holistic let's say 360-degree feedback. So that was the problem which they were facing. And as I said, that from the strategic vision point of view, localization is something which was very close whenever they make this decision. So within that same part, they wanted to make sure that the Qatar local requirements are been very much working, and it has been very much available within the system. The reasons for choosing for Oracle Cloud, again, that relates back with regards to the way Oracle Cloud has been developed, which has been natively developed on cloud. Ease of use and the user experience are been given paramount importance, and this is something what they liked about it. When it comes to the chosen partner for the transformation, data migration is one of the key aspects which has been taken into the consideration for making that decision. And other aspect with regards to the embedded reporting and end-to-end security of things into the cloud. So these are some of the areas which you may want to take away from this particular use case. As we speak, we have completed the implementation for this particular thing, which you can see on the left hand side. It's a single cloud for the naming convention, just to differentiate the values. These have been given as HCM Cloud, Finance Cloud, ERP Cloud, but that's one and the single cloud where all the services are available. Employee experience is something which I talked about. Compensation and some of the areas are getting benefit. Single sign-on, that is something which has been working very well with this customer. So that was about the Vodafone. If you're interested more and if you'd like to learn more that how was the thing, how the business case was created, what was the compelling reason, what is the TCO, ROI for it, and if you'd like to get it created for you, we are more than happy to get associated with you and do that, let's say, assessment for you to tell you that how good it could be and what are the areas where we can focus upon. The second use case, it's a Clayco, which is from North America, and it's a 3.2 billion organization as far as revenues are concerned. They were using JD Edwards along with the SAP SuccessFactors for talent management. Some of the areas which they had as a challenge was about cumbersome process of doing the transactions, having two different systems for ERP as well as HCM. Reporting is something which where they were not happy, and the real-time information is something which they were having challenge on. Similar to that, if we take the 360-degree performance evaluation process, I guess that has been remained a challenge or a questions from many of the people who are choosing Oracle Cloud, and that is one of the area. I guess I'm not sure you may be resonating, but I'm more than happy to hear your viewpoint on that. Peer recognition is something, again, linking back with 360-degree feedback, but that is some of the areas of problem which they were putting it across. And one of the area also what we have seen is about the time when the implementation was taken place. So if it's an let's say 10 years old implementation, then the business processes were being fitted that way, and there is no updates on that, or there are not changed, which is something not working with many of the customers. So they're looking for a fresh approach, or they're looking for a enhancement of what has been implemented before. So this is one of the area which you may want to take into the consideration while we create a business case for that. They have chosen HCM Cloud along with the expense management, which is again a single cloud. The results with the saying it's with the acquired solution, it is linking back with the business growth or how they wanted the system to behave. So that is one positivity they are referring to. Cost saving for sure, that is some of the area as we are referring, maintaining two different systems, maintaining two different skill sets to maintain that particular system, and overall the total cost of ownership was coming higher, which has been positive in this scenario as a result of going with HCM Cloud. Single version of truth, again, I guess for the user base where there is an ECC along with SuccessFactors, I guess this has been one of the area where getting single version of truth is a bit complex, or you have to depend on a technical team to get that particular thing. But having a unified data model, having an end-to-end functionality available within a single cloud, it helps you to overcome that kind of situation, and you can be more self-service based organization rather than dependent organization to different let's say tech team, I would say. So that was about the success stories, what we have seen, and how the things have been moving on this side of it. There are different stories also other than this. We have done 1,000+ Oracle Cloud customers implementation, and many of them are from the HCM. So we are more than happy to share the stories if it relates interest of you. Now, I think this question is not there, but again, we got in jest that how we are looking forward for a change or where you are coming from. So I wanted to put forward a transformation journey back to you. So if you are currently looking for a change, we are more than happy to create a business case for you, which would contain what is your current state. So the assessment is something what we do for your current environment and current state, followed by the insight engagement, which will help you to understand what kind of business objectives can I take as a KPIs, and then take it into consideration for the transformation program. So this is something what we can provide to you to create a business case. And many of our customers have directly not gone for a choosing, let's say, particular solution. They went with advisory services first, and then they went for an actual transformation program after doing the thorough analysis of our results. Once the business case is created, second is more about inaction, which is about implementing that particular solution for your organization. It could be a change from SuccessFactors to Oracle Cloud. It could be from the ECC HCM to Oracle Cloud, or it could be a fresh approach to Oracle Cloud if you're not sitting on SAP HCM component. So this is something what we do in implementation, and we have proven programs like Glide and Adopt, which we referred to, which helps people to get a clear view about what are the things which are going to happen during this journey. And there are various accelerators which will help you to accelerate the journey. You take a case of Vodafone Qatar, which was the transformation was done in 5 months. And within the 5 months, we did end-to-end, which started with understanding them, showing them what Oracle Cloud HCM is all about, then developing the solution or configuring the solution as per the need, then again replaying back to them, doing the data migration end-to-end from SAP to Oracle Cloud, doing the training and the testing from the functionality point of view, and then going live. So you can see, depending upon where you are and what kind of situation you are, we can tailor-make the plan for you, which would be a workable situation for all the stakeholders within the organization. And the third and important aspect, which many a times are been missed out by many of the vendors, but we as EVOSys have taken utmost care. Choosing a system is one thing, but what happens once you choose a system, once you implement it, there is a lot of efforts which have been going inside it. You want to make sure that once it has been gone live, I am able to get the best value from my investment. My system utilization is best in nature. My cycle or my processes are getting better as I move forward. And these are the area which have been neglected by many of the vendors, and we see as utmost important. So we have created certain assets, and I will be showing a glimpse of it into the next slide. But this assets helps you to not only measure and monitor, but also see how you can improve further. So baselining before we start the project, like say in a business case, we can create a baseline that how many days are you currently taking to run a payroll, how many exceptions are happening currently as far as data of employee master is concerned. So all this baseline we can take at the start, and we do the configuration and the implementation to make sure that we are able to go with the objective what you have set for the transformation program and go towards the benchmark what we have set. So this is a complete canvas of the transformation journey. At any situation wherever you are fitting in, we got a certain aspect or a solution for you, so you may want to reach out to us. Coming back to the last point about the value realization. So one of the asset what we have created is a value-based analytics, and this is the asset which sits on top of Oracle Cloud system. The problem which I was referring to, people buy systems to solve certain problems, so to have a business benefit, which is not only for today but also for tomorrow. But they miss out to measure and monitor once the system is live, and that's why we have created this tool along with the advisory services for VBA, which not only helps you to measure and monitor, but also links back with regards to the objective or the KPI what you have set up for the transformation program. It helps you to move from the reactive mode to the proactive mode, and that is one of the area which has been appreciated by many of the customers who are using this. It goes, or it takes away the technicalities like workflow issues or the technical issues, and it moves toward the business value, that what business value am I able to get from the investment which I'm making, and it purely works on the fact work rather than the guesswork. We have made up more than 340 pre-built analysis already across the, let's say, stream of Oracle Cloud, and it has a pre-built 140 plus KPIs, which could be also taken into the consideration while we take our transformation journey. These are some of the buckets where the content would be residing. It could be with regards to the process optimization, where you want to, let's say, decrease your cycle time for the payroll processing, or recruitment time you want to reduce for it. It could be as simple as that you want to penetrate more with regards to the employee self-services. And when we do this implementation, we have seen that many of the customers who are referring to us, they say that employee self-service is one of the key pain points, that people are not using the system. It is more of a core team who are doing all the transactions. So this is one of the area where you can embark upon and also extend the application to your employees as well as to the manager, and amplify the goodness to them. It could be as simple as information output about the retention, about the employee and other part of it. And it could be also with regards to the audit and compliance, whether you are reaching any, let's say, areas or there is a segregation of duty problem over there, which you can get it right in front of you in a dashboard with this. So this is one of the key areas which we have taken into consideration, and we wanted to share certain aspect to you in this particular webinar. Now with that, thank you for being part of the conversation and joining us today. As the next step, what we see is transformation consulting. So if you are interested in this area and you would like to have one-on-one conversation with us, we are more than happy to have a exercise with you, which will help you to deep dive into this area, and we can provide you the right answer to your questions, or we can advise you what are the things which could be taken into the consideration. It may be also important for some of you, while seeing that video, you may want to have an end-to-end cloud HCM demo. So that is a second option. You may want to go for it. If it's any of your interest, you may also let us know. We can arrange a live demo so that it becomes easier for you to consume and understand that what is that you will get if you choose Oracle Cloud HCM. If this is of your interest, and if you would like to also attend our other webinars, there is a link which has been provided over here, where we do this educational as well as other webinars in this kind of subject. So you may want to subscribe to it, and you may want to attend this. If you are from Europe, you may want to connect with Jens, who is our VP sitting in Europe. So you can connect with him. Or if you are in UK, then you may connect one to Calvin, who is our VP in UK and Ireland. In case if you're from other region, you may want to connect with business@versus global and share your questions or any feedback which you have. With that, I would like to take a pause and open the forum for Q&A. You may raise your hand with regards to this subject. We can unmute you on right away, or you may send your questions in the chat window so that we can take up your questions over here. Yeah, can see a couple of questions coming in. So one of the questions what we have received is, do you recommend step-by-step migration to Oracle, or is it a big bang approach, which could be a riskier? That's a very good question, I would say. And again, depending upon where you are coming from. So we have seen the customers taking a full transformation from their source system to the end system. And many of the customers are taking, let's say, phased manner approach, where the core HCM is going first to the Oracle, and then followed by the talent management or the other accessorial items. So depending upon what your structure is, we may advise you for the appropriate value. But we have a use case in similar line with regards to both of the scenario. Digital assistant is something, I guess this is an interesting question. I'm not sure how good it is in SuccessFactors, or you guys are currently using it or not. But digital assistant is something which has been loved by Oracle HCM Cloud. And I was giving an example of, let's say, the one which was referring about how many leaves do I have, and whether I can avail it or not, and whether I should avail it out right away or not. So that is the one use case which has been liked and which has been used by many of the customers. It's also can be extended with regards to, let's say, the HR queries. Many times you do not want to, let's say, read 200 pages of your HR policies. So if there is any specific question, you may just want to ask your digital voice assistant, and many of the responses you can get it directly without even reading all the complete items. So that's some of the use cases which we have seen users are adopting for. Yeah, I guess we'll take the last question over here. It's how should an organization prepare for the transformation? That's an interesting question. And I guess we had earlier this week a session from our customers who amplified that what were the steps which they took before going for the transformation journey. And that becomes extremely important. It's not only about the investment into product and let's say the technology which you're referring to, but it's equally important for your people readiness, how the change would be considered within the organization, what are the aspects which are getting let's say change over there. So these are some of the areas where customers are taking into the consideration for the transformation program. There will be various subject webinars which will be happening in this. If you're interested, please reach to this particular link and you'll be able to see the specific webinars which are in this area. With that, I guess we can now probably close the call. And thank you all for joining in. For any questions or any comments, you may want to send it across your email to business@evosys.global, and we'll be sharing back the responses to you along with your queries. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.